Hello there. This presentation is an introduction to qualitative research, in particular in business and management. In recent decades, there has been a movement within business disciplines such as marketing, business anthropology, and consumer research to embrace a wider array of qualitative research methods. For many years, quantitative and scientific methods dominated both scholarly and practitioner business research, the so-called positivist approach. But recent developments in business research, so-called interpretivist approach, dramatically demonstrate the growing vogue of qualitative methods in business research. Positivism is a specific empirical research strategy that has made a profound impact. It asserts that culture, society, and human responses, paralleling the natural world, operate according to laws that can best be examined through controlled empirical analysis, not with reference to introspection or some type of analysis that is based on subjective insight. Qualitative investigations, in contrast, often manipulate the environment and the informants to a lesser and less intrusive degree. In addition, qualitative research is more prone to allow a flexible means of gathering and recording evidence. The result is likely to be more realistic, making the data gathered potentially richer. Some business and management examples that may require more qualitative investigations are the work life of a business executive, relations between labor and management, daily work in a bank department, the socialization process in X industry, motivations of customers to buy Y product, the organization of work in factories, the case of Z company, and others. In this now classic qualitative business study, Chris Argyris interviewed bank executives to know how they make decisions involving human relationships and what effects those decisions have on the bank as a whole. He interviewed 80% of the employees and all the officers. Each interview took from 30 minutes to 3 hours. He also observed the employees and officers as they worked. The paper ends with two working principles for operating officers to follow in making human relations decisions. Qualitative research involves the studied use and collection of a variety of empirical materials, case study, personal experience, introspection, life story, interview, artifacts, and cultural texts and productions, along with observational, historical, interactional, and visual texts that describe routine and problematic moments and meanings in individuals' lives. Accordingly, qualitative researchers deploy a wide range of interconnected interpretive practices, hoping always to get a better understanding of the subject matter at hand. It is understood, however, that each practice makes the world visible in a different way. Hence, there is frequently a commitment to using more than one interpretive practice in any study. The scientific method, the hypothetico-deductive method that we're used to, is a powerful tool and it serves well. We do not question its significance, although other techniques are valuable and legitimate. Some overly enthusiastic individuals who embrace positivism and the scientific method are apt to conclude that other techniques, such as qualitative methods, are methodologically unrespectable. Holding these views is counterproductive because they might discourage the use of a range of legitimate and valuable analytical tools. We argue that although the weaknesses and limitations of all methods need to be acknowledged, researchers require the flexibility provided by a rich toolkit and one that accepts qualitative methods, among others, as viable options. The positivistic quantitative method suggests relationships are best discovered and analyzed using controlled empiricism. Scientific and quantitative investigations typically rely upon manipulation and the use of predetermined categories for recording evidence. Qualitative research, in contrast, is less prone to do so. Qualitative investigations often manipulate the environment and the informants to a lesser and less intrusive degree. The focus of qualitative research is on the quality or meaning of experience as opposed to quantities, frequencies, magnitudes. Qualitative research allows for a flexible means of gathering and recording evidence. The result is likely to be more realistic, making the data gathered potentially richer. Qualitative methods have a vital contribution to make, possess their own standards of rigor, and they should be acknowledged accordingly. Those who follow the qualitative research tradition possess their own tailored criteria of intellectual respectability, well thought out guidelines for conducting legitimate research. Qualitative methods typically exert less control over subjects and the environments where observations take place and allow for more fluid and flexible procedures when recording data. These decisions make a more robust recording of reality possible. This sort of analysis is often referred to as naturalistic. Within both scholarly and practitioner investigations, naturalistic inquiry is growing in influence and respectability. Attempts are made to avoid overtly interfering with the behavior being observed. The researcher strives to avoid influencing both the environment in which observations take place and the subjects who are being studied.